What's up guys, my name is JDCook5 and welcome back to another episode of the Levante Career Mode. We go straight in with the first leg of the semi-final cup round, and it is against Real Sociedad, one of the biggest games in Levante's history, and hopefully it is a good one. An action-packed one in itself, and one I didn't know what to expect to do, in all honesty. I feel that the strongest side that I do have available at the moment, but it is hard having so many injuries. Unfortunately, with a lot of injuries that I have had recently and the availability issues, I have struggled a lot, but we have stuck together as a team and we hopefully get through this one. We haven't got that long left now in the cup, so if we were to win these two games over the deciding legs, then we would be in the final. Going into the lineup sort of things, we have Dani Cadeiras in goal with Sriracha, Vezo, Umdembele and Gallardo as your back four, Vargas and Iborra as your holding midfielders, with Sidney Ryberger coming in for Scott as your attacking midfielder. We have gone for the front three of Nusa, Grant and Bakari. Not my kind of dead cert first team, but unfortunately this is all I was able to do with. Looking at the sides, you can just see the depth with Sorloth and the veteran being David Silva in there, so they have got some unreal players. They showed this straight away in the 6th minute, putting absolutely loads of pressure on me. Nice flurry of passes, and they just pass it in between the defenders with absolute ease, and David Silva has still got it, and he puts it in the back of the net to put Sociedad 1-0 up. Not a lot I could have done about it, and to be honest, it happened so quick I didn't even know it happened. It was one of those where, as I said, I couldn't really do much, and they just kept coming at me in absolute waves of attack. Unfortunately, in the 13th minute, Dani Cadeiras goes to get the ball, but unfortunately just doesn't seem to actually make any sort of effort to grab it. They just do pass it to one of the attacking forwards, being Sorloth, and it is an easy tap-in. Things got from bad to worse in the 33rd minute, and it was just getting absolutely terrible, in honesty. Gavi chips the keeper and to make it 3-0, and the game is pretty much dead in the water at this point onwards. Really shocked, and I didn't really know what to do, but just to continue playing and hope for the best, in all honesty. In the 43rd minute, we do get a nice breakthrough with Noosa there. He's able to get the shot, but he does rebound onto Sidney Ryberger, and it's a simple header into the goal. I think that summed up my game with him hitting the post after that celebration. That did make me laugh, to be honest. But yeah, it was one of those. It was a poor half, but it was nice to get one goal back at least. We make a odd change in the second half, but again, we just try our best. A nice ball falls to Vargas there, and a well taken goal to make it 3-2 in the 51st minute. A much better start compared to what the first half brung, and hopefully we are able to get another one back, and it does give us enough time also, so I'm glad that we was able to get it a little bit earlier on just to relieve the pressure a little bit and don't feel like we are chasing the game as such. As I say, an absolute fantastic Vargas goal, takes it first time off the volley, kind of bounces straight to his foot, and he just slots it in the bottom corner, and you couldn't get any more bottom corner than that. We do go on the attack in the 60th minute, and it's a simple header from Sydney, but he's just not able to finish it whatsoever. The keeper saves it, and that could have made us 3-3. We do suffer the consequences in the 67th minute, and Sorloth is again to bite us, and unfortunately he does make it 4-2. Really annoyed because I could have made it 3-3 and they just go up the other end and just put another one in. We do make a few changes with Tavares coming on there, and Baldini also coming on, and Musonda coming on for Bakari, and the last one being Petlu for Iborra. In the 76th minute, Nusa is able to get through on goal, and unfortunately he can't make that one count, but he is able to gain the ball from a defensive mistake and puts it into Tavares to make it 4-3. Again, we're back in the game, and that's all that mattered. I feel like we was just chasing the game all game, and we never felt like we was in control of it whatsoever. This showed, and unfortunately in the 80th minute, Sorloth was in again, and he does make it his hat-trick, and that does make it 5-3. As I said, I was just chasing the game every minute that passed, and unfortunately I didn't have any sort of control whatsoever. We are able to get a consolation goal in the 90th minute with a kind of ping-pong style of football there, pinging from Vargas's head from the corner to Baldini, and he is able to find the back of the net. The first leg ending 5-4, to be honest, it could have been much worse based on the first half performance. To think that we were 3-0 down and we have got it back with one goal to spare, I don't think it is so bad. And so again, we could have done much better, but we'll get there eventually. Al Yamik says he's kind of feeling like he's left out of the team, but it's just more of a rotation thing with fitness, in my opinion. He does field in the next game where we do draw in the simulation against CD Logo. Not the best performance being the draw, and unfortunately with its exact replica just being 2-2 in this time against Real and Zagagora. I wanted to play the next match after 2 simulations being a draw, and it wasn't the best performances unfortunately, but we are going to get that, and it's just one of those. You can't win all of them, and at least we gain 1 point instead of no points. The other game was against CD Miramires. We start the game really well in all honesty, and in the 4th minute we get a nice bit of play there. Cantanero passes it to Afif. Afif passes it back to Cantanero, and he is able to finesse it in the top corner. Brilliant goal in all honesty. Didn't expect this whatsoever from him, and I didn't even know he had it in his locker from long range. But he is able to find the back of the net, making us 1-0 up in the 5th minute, and that is a better start compared to the last amount of games. Much more positive from us there, and hopefully we were able to go on for a better game. Unfortunately, in the 43rd minute, I can see that Scott has picked up some sort of injury. Hasn't flagged down to say that he needs to be taken off, but he had picked up some sort of injury, and I don't want to risk it, and it has said to basically take him off. It has said there, though, that he should be actually off the pitch. I'm not too sure if there's a glitch in game, but I do take him off eventually, and that was that. In all honesty, I didn't really show much of the second half because it was probably the most boring second half you would ever watch. Only won the game 1-0, and it's a weird kind of string of performances, in all honesty. We have taken some sort of a dip. Not too sure if that's a knock-on effect from the Sociedad game, but it's one of those. There's the confirmation of the Alex Scott injury, and unfortunately he will be out for a month. A really big loss, and I feel like he was getting into his own, so it's a bit of a bummer on that one, and we'll just go into the next one and hopefully getting back to fitness. We go into the second game of the second leg of the Real Sociedad Cup game, not knowing what to expect in all honesty, apart from knowing that we are going to have a game on our hands. As I said, we win this and we're in the final, and our opponents could be Barcelona or Valencia. All we got to do is try our best and just make us proud in that way. That's all I expected. I mean, I never thought I'd get to this sort of side of the competition, in all honesty. If someone told me that I had beaten Sevilla, Real Betis and Real Madrid to be able to get here, then I would have chewed your hand off, in all honesty. So it's one of those. I'm going to try my best, and that's all I could do. They filled the same side as what they previously played against us, with Silva, Sorloth in there, and a few other good players. Indica there too, Rico, Ramiro the goalkeeper. He had a brilliant game last game, even though he conceded the amount of goals. So yeah, a very good side that they have on our hands, and well merited at the same time. We have to make some changes in this sort of game, and unfortunately again it's not the strongest side that I could field. It's a little bit better. Cadenieres comes in at goal, Son, Alyamik, Vezo and Gallardo as your back four, Piplu and Campagnaya as your holding midfielders, with Afif coming in at cam, Nusa and Grant and Masonda as your front three. A stronger side I'd say compared to the first time, but again it could be better, and unfortunately I am suffering with injuries as of the moment. In the 3rd minute we do make a brilliant start to the game, with Afif being able to find Masonda, who makes a blasting run down the right hand side. He just keeps running and running and running, to be honest, and what a run it was. He was able to find the bottom left hand corner to make it 1-0 and 5-all on aggregate, just trailing on away goals. That lead didn't last for long unfortunately though, and in the 20th minute they are able to get a nice bit of play there. He holds off Gallardo completely and he's able to find Gavi. Gavi finds Sorloth, and Sorloth again is back to haunt us. I think I'm going to have to purchase him next season so he stops scoring against me, in all honesty. That was that, and unfortunately the first half ended 1-1. I wanted to make some changes because I just felt completely against the run of play in so many aspects of the game. Didn't feel again that I had any sort of control, and it was just kind of taking the chances while I had them. Not a lot happened in the second half, and unfortunately later on they do get the 2-1. And again, they do score again with 3-1. It's one of those, again, I tried my best, and that's all I could do in that way. We was against it so much with the team that we displayed, and we done the boys so proud with what we had already done. we've achieved a lot, and unfortunately our cup run does come to an end. But it's, as I say, it's one of those, and hopefully next season we're able to compete in the cup a bit more, and we will go from there. Definitely now can focus on the league, and hopefully we're able to get that promotion that we are bidding for. So this is the table at the end of the episode. We are getting, unfortunately, caught up by Tenerife there, but we do have a game in hand. So if we do win that game in hand, then again, we extend to that 10-point lead, which I don't think is too bad. Looking at it with how many games are left and everything else, I think we should be absolutely comfortable for promotion. Don't want to jinx it though, obviously anything can happen. We just need to now finish the league on a strong kind of performance, and hopefully next season we'll be in the Liga competing for many more titles. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button for when I do release another video. Cheers.